This is Federica, I'm part of the DocCity team, and it's my pleasure to welcoming you all into this live presentation of the University of Pécs. Today we will be talking about the medical school. We will be starting by sharing with you some presentations. First will be about the medical school. The second one will focus on the Faculty of Pharmacy, and then it's my pleasure to welcome our speakers. We have Mate and Edith connected with us. They will be here to answer any sort of question that you might have. So please use the Q&A window to write your questions. We will be answering at the end of the presentation. So it's now time to leave the floor to Mate for the first presentation. Thank you.
All right, hello everyone. I will start sharing my screen, and the first presentation, as Federica said, will be about the medical school.
Welcome everyone. My name is Gábor Horváth. I'm a graduate of the Medical School University of Pécs. I will be your host in the upcoming minutes to show you our university. Let's take a look. Where are we located? Pécs is located in Central Europe. We have a 2,000-year-old city, Romanian name called Sofiane. We are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Pécs is just 2 hours from the capital. We have a Mediterranean atmosphere, very close to the Adriatic Sea, with a university town with nearly 20,000 students. We have 10 faculties located all around the city center, very close to public transportations like bus station and train station. So it's easy access to our faculties. And now let's take a closer look. What can we offer to you? We have a general medicine program for more than 35 years. We have also dentistry programs in English and Germany, and we have a pharmacy program as well. We started a biotechnology MSc in 2010. We offer you undergraduate courses in the field of general medicine for 6 years, dentistry and pharmacy for 5 years. We also have master and doctoral programs in biotechnology and in PhD programs, all type of fields in clinical and non-clinical medical fields. We have almost 4,000 students in 3 programs. As you can see, we have more foreign program students than Hungarians, so the international environment is guaranteed at our university. We have high capacity in all general medicine, dentistry and pharmacy programs. For further information, follow the links. Hopefully you can find all the answers to your questions. Admission requirements are the following. You have different educational backgrounds. You will bring a high school diploma and some English knowledge. We need strong background in biology, chemistry, physics also advantages. High school grades are not considered, but entrance exam performance counts if you would like to get in to the Medical School University of Pécs. Application procedure starts every year at the 15th of January. Information could be found in the upcoming links. Until the 30th of June, you must take your application. That's the deadline. If you feel that you are not yet ready to our programs, we offer you preparatory courses at the University of Pécs. We have different lengths of programs, which has different starting dates. For information, follow the link, and you can find all the answers to your questions. If you would like to get in to our medical school, to a general medicine, dentistry, or pharmacy program, you have an entrance examination, which has a written part and an oral part. Written part consists of 100 questions for 100 minutes in an online platform, while the oral part takes 20-30 minutes in Skype or Zoom, when you will meet with a professor of our medical school and you will talk about general medical questions and about your motivation. If the A chance is not successful, you have 2 more chances to retake the exam. About the tuition fees, our general medical program is $16,750 per year. The dentistry program is a bit more, $7,350 because it includes the cost of dental materials as well. And our pharmacy program costs $8,400 per year. National ranking and reputation is very important. We have high reputation within Hungary. As you could see, we have first, second places and Center of Excellence Award as well. But also the international recognition is very important. Your diploma will have a high level of international recognition because our school is in the World Directory of Medical Schools. We are within the top 200 at the Times of Higher Education World University rankings, and also we are in the top 500 at the US News World and Report Educations. International recognition gave many positive feedbacks from Norway, Israel, US and Canada as well. So these countries, and even much more, gave a feedback that our students are well trained and very successful in the postgraduate exams to get into residency programs. We have services for our international students, for you. We can assist you in admissions, we can help you in visa issues, we can organize you your medical help, and also we provide a lot of help in your everyday life at Pécs. We also have a student housing which help you, free apartment rental service. We have psychological, legal aid help as well. We have a parcel point at our university. And there is a famous peer program where upper level university students can help you in your everyday issues, can guide you how to become successful as a university student. We offer a free license to MBUS, which is available only in our university since 2019. This is a German-founded encyclopedia which can help you during your studies. You can use it for free. The student life at the University of Pécs is very fruitful. You can read a lot of programs what we can offer you for your free time, for your weekends. So when you are not studying actively, you can participate in a freshman ball. You can participate at the international evening. You can visit motivational speeches. There is also Pécs Music Society, which is very famous about their concerts. Let me show you some pictures about these, which can show you the atmosphere of the student life at our university. Here you can see some sport event organized at our university building. You can see the very famous white coat ceremony. Before you start your clinical rotations, you get an official white coat from our professors. This is the freshman ball, or the international evening, when many colorful costumes and many international cuisine could be tried, and you can enjoy a very nice event with your classmates, with your university mates. And hopefully in a few years you can be one of these happy students who are smiling to receive their diploma and can start the new life after this milestone which you could reach at our university. The Modern Cities program helped a lot in the modernization and capacity development of the infrastructure. This is how you can visit new building blocks, you can use new teaching and hostel facilities as well. And now I would like to show you some pictures about our city, about our life at the University of Pécs. I hope that you will enjoy them. This is our new building, what you can use. There are many big lecture halls, seminar rooms, so you can start your studies in this newly erected building. The main building entrance, you could see a lot of bicycles because the distances are not huge in Pécs. So by bicycle, in a few minutes, you can reach every point of the city. The János Pannonius Clinical Center, where you will make your rotations. This is just 100 meters away from the medical faculty. So very close. You can participate in the patient care. You can learn in these modern, newly built buildings as well. The Béla Ents Clinical Educational Center, as you could see, just at the site of the main clinic. You can get your clinical lectures here, and right after the lectures, you can visit the patients in their wards, and you can take part in the patient care. Very famous, our science building, or Szent-Ágotay Research Center. This is one of the most developed research centers in Central Europe, where there is the highest level of virus lab. Nowadays, because of COVID-19, there are many research projects running in this building. Later, as a student, you can join two student research programs, and you can participate in researches as well, which could be the base of your future thesis of your future diploma work. MediSkills Lab is a simulation lab, which is very important before you visit patients to have some skills, some hands-on course in this new building. This is the most modern in Central Europe, with many options what you can practice here with models and with computers. The University Library and Knowledge Center is very famous. It's a few years old building. In exam period, students really love to stay here to study for their upcoming exams. This is a very nice and calm environment. You could see the Kodály Center, which is a famous concert hall in Central Europe. Many national and international concerts taking place here. So if you would like to have a cultural evening, just visit the Kodály Center. Zsolnay Cultural Quarter also helping us to make a cultural rich environment to our city. The cathedral is very famous with the 4 towers of it. And our main city center is the Széchenyi Square, where you can see the old Turkish church, very nice summer environment with flowers, but not only daylight, also at night. It's a very fruitful environment. You can go there, there are many live concerts, you can sit out with your friends, you can grab a beer or grab a wine, and you can enjoy their company. At last, I would like to show you a picture about our graduation ceremony. Hopefully in a few years, you could be one of these students who are smiling and happy after a 5 or 6 year long study. This could be a milestone of your life where you can start your future adulthood with a career of medical doctor, dentistry, or pharmacy. At last, I would like to show you an evaluation about our new clinical block, about facts in numbers. Hopefully, you can join to our medical, dentistry, or pharmacist training in the upcoming years. We would be happy to welcome you in our university. We hope that you can visit us. For further information, just follow this link. I would like to say thank you for visiting us today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Great. So thank you so much, Mate, for sharing the first video with us. And actually, you can see that some questions started to arrive, which is great. Keep writing your questions into the Q&A section, because after this second video, we actually be time for us to go through them all together. So I now leave the floor for Mate, who will be sharing with us a second video, who has mentioned at the beginning, will be focusing the Faculty of Pharmacy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is András Fittler. I'm the Vice Dean for Education at the Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Pécs. In this short presentation, I will introduce you the career opportunities for pharmacists and also the pharmacy education at the University of Pécs here with us. First of all, let's start why it's rewarding to become a pharmacist in the future. I'm a pharmacist, trust me, I know with 15 years of experience that it's an exciting job because it combines various fields of science from within healthcare and outside healthcare, in IT, business, and also manufacturing. Pharmacy is a trusted profession around the globe, which means that beside receiving a doctoral degree, you will be ranked as one of the highly trusted professionals in most countries. It's a privileged position to work as a pharmacist. Also, there's an additional benefit that many of you might not know, that if you become a pharmacist, you can work in various fields of science, not just in community pharmacy setting, working in pharmacy shops, but you can work in hospital and clinical setting and collaborate with other members of the healthcare teams, for example, doctors and nurses. You can also participate in drug research and development. You can contribute to development of new drugs, which is a really interesting part of the pharmacy profession. And also you can work for drug authorities or social administrative pharmacy tasks. Beside that, pharmacy provides an excellent earning potential and job security, which means that you can move around the globe between countries and you can find your place in most countries as a pharmacist within the healthcare team. This graph illustrates the complexity of new pharmacy services, because the key message is that for a long time pharmacists participated in drug manufacturing and logistics. However, now pharmacists participate in different health services provided for patients, giving added benefit for individuals and making them an important member of healthcare delivery team, for example, vaccination or management of certain diseases. And now a few words about our faculty. Our faculty was founded, our pharmacy education was founded 20 years ago at the University of Pécs, and we have 10 years of experience in teaching pharmacy students in English. We have more than 400 students. This makes us one of the smallest, but on the other hand, more personal and interactive faculties of the University of Pécs. An interesting prospective plan we have in the near future that we are launching biotechnology bachelor program, and also we are working on our new campus, which makes a more innovative environment for pharmacy students studying at the University of Pécs. Our faculty consists of 8 institutes and departments. These institutes and departments teach pharmacy-specific subjects, pharmaceutical chemistry or medical herbs or social administrative pharmacy or drug manufacturing. However, we participate and we collaborate in a program together with the medical school, the Faculty of Sciences, and we have close collaboration with the Faculty of Business and Economics. The pharmacy education consists of a 5-year, 1-tier training program. During this program, you will have to earn 300 credits during your studies. That means you have to take 6-8 courses every semester, and you have to complete them. And the education is built up in a way that it consists of basic module subjects which provide the basis for your pharmaceutical knowledge, mainly biological and chemical knowledge. Upon that, you will have medical, biological subjects, for example, anatomy or biochemistry. And based on that, you have the pharmacy-specific subjects which are required for your pharmacy career in the future. Also, you will participate in a 1-semester-long professional practice educational program in community or hospital pharmacies, most commonly. And also, we are open to for your application in the future as a PhD student. To sum up, there are several benefits of becoming a pharmacy and becoming a pharmacy student at the University of Pécs. One of these is various job opportunities, an exciting career, and a rewarding professional, providing you job stability for the rest of your life. And also, it's an interesting field to study because you have a lot of opportunities: community pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, drug research and development in the future. I thank you for your attention and see you in Pécs in the near future.
Great. So thank you so much for this presentation, and as anticipated, it's really now time to hear from you. So we have Hedit here with us, and she's ready to answer any sort of questions that you might have. So starting from the first question we received from Lida, is asking which are the requisites we may have to be chosen for the university. So any sort of admission requirement, doesn't specify if it's for medicine or pharmacy, but
the requirements are the same for all of the courses. As far as documents, there is no age limit, but if you want to apply, you need to have the equivalent of a high school degree. If you do not have that, unfortunately, you cannot apply. This is not a decision made by the university. This is national law. And other than that, there's not much else. So once you fill your online application form and submit your document, you have to take the entrance exam. The exam has 2 parts. It is first part is a written exam of multiple choice questions in biology, chemistry, general English. That is about a B2 level language exam English test. And then there are some questions in English terminology. For example, you have to pick the definition for a blood cell, or you have to pick the definition for evolution, so stuff like that. And after the written exam, there is an oral interview, either on Skype or Zoom this year. All of the entrance exams are online right now. And the oral exam is with one of our professors and lasts about 20 minutes. And it is again about the motivation and some biology and chemistry. It is important to know that regardless of your result for the written exam, you will have to take the oral exam. So it's not like you take the written exam and you are only called in for the oral if you were good at the written. So you have to take both parts of the exam, and we try to send you the results about a week, 2 weeks most, after you take your exam. So you will know very soon after your exam. So there's not much aside from needing to have a high school diploma. If you are currently in your last year at your school and you will only get your high school diploma sometime this summer, that is okay. You can apply and you can submit your high school diploma once you have it. Basically, you need to have it by matriculation, which is at the end of August. So I think that should cover it.
Absolutely, thank you so much. That was very, very clear. Another question. So Martina is asking, hi, I'm from Italy. Are there many Italian students in Hungary, or in general international students? And then, is it possible to work while studying medicine, or is not advisable?
Okay, I saw this question while the presentation was going on, and I went to check. The data we have currently available is from last year. And according to that, right now we only have 6 Italian students at the medical school. This is only the medical school. I do not have access to university-wide data, but I'm sure that at the other faculties there might be more, there are probably more. And as far as working, there are a few student job companies in Pécs that do offer opportunities for international students. However, some Hungarian language knowledge might be necessary, and these are usually jobs that are, factory work or fruit picking in the summer, so not full-time day jobs, because as a student, you would not be able to do those, but you can find a job as a cashier or something like that, but you need to speak at least some Hungarian.
Perfect. Clyde is also asking us how many places are there for the medicine course. So if it's like a limited number, you mentioned about an entrance test. So if we can just remind us what's the capped number, and maybe if you have some sort of data of how many students apply and how many get in each year.
We always have an over application. Right now we have about 600 applicants. That is for all of the courses together. So that's not just general medicine, that is for general medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, and the biotechnology master's course. We have about 160 places for general medicine, and we have rolling admissions. This means that when admissions opened in March and we started having the entrance exams, those who took their exams in March or in April and got admitted already have their spots. But this doesn't mean that there are no spots left right now. So even if you are still undecided and you apply last minute, there will still be some spaces available. So don't worry about that. It won't fill up. There is a place for you here.
Thank you. Another question, if there is possibility to transfer from another universities, and particularly asking from Szeged. I'm sorry, I'm gonna pronounce it very bad. You probably know these better. So if there is an opportunity to be transferred from another university, either in Hungary or anywhere else in the world.
Yes, transfers are possible, but they are not handled through the regular admissions that we are doing in our office. It's the registrar's office that is handling that. And if you send us an email to the student service email address, we can forward your request to the office who deals with this. So it is a possibility, and there is still time to do that.
Perfect. So they asking us if something changed during the pandemic, and in particular asking about the laboratory work. The students can actually still attend laboratory.
Yes, there were changes. I think Hungary closed down for the first time March 2020. And then we switched to online education. This means that we had all of the lectures online and all of the seminars online. And for a while, students were not allowed to enter the university premises. Now they are allowed to do so, and there is even some exams that are held in person. And all of the departments try to make students' lives easier by having more flexible schedules and extra materials available online. And we are hoping that we will be able to return to in-person education from September. It is still a bit hard to know because a lot can happen in 3 months until September, but we really, really hope that we will be able to start again in person.
Thanks. I can also see we receive a question via chat. So Luisa Maria was asking if there is any sort of scholarships in place from the University of Pécs, and what could be the application process for those scholarships.
The university itself does not have any scholarships available as a university for international students. However, there are some government scholarships that you can apply for. All of them are managed by Tempus Public Foundation. They are a government foundation in Hungary. These are the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship, and there is also a diaspora scholarship. Unfortunately, the deadline for application for the next academic year has already passed, and they will reopen in November, I think. And this is an excellent scholarship, and applications are completely separate. You have to check on their website to see if your country is eligible. If your country is part of the scholarship program, then you have to apply separately there. You can apply to 2 courses, and then you have to apply to the universities themselves and take the entrance exam as all of the other applicants. So unfortunately, this is the only scholarship that is available for international students right now.
Thank you so much. Asking about if you have some sort of data on how many students find a job in hospital after graduating. And Julia is actually on the same note asking, how does the postgraduate medicine work in Hungary? What possibilities are there after you graduate?
So I'd like to answer the second question first. We are an admissions office, so we do not have all of the data about this. But what I know is a lot of students decide to go back home and practice medicine there. The degree you can get from Pécs is accepted in all of the EU, and there are several countries where it is accepted after you take a differential exam. For example, in the US, there is the USMLA. And if you decide to do that, there is one course that prepares you for the USMLA, for example. And we know that our students are very successful in passing these exams. However, if you decide that you like Hungary a lot and you would like to stay, then you can still find a job at a Hungarian hospital, but for that, you kind of do have to speak Hungarian. because unfortunately, especially the older generations, you know, the grandparents' generation, they do not speak English. So in order to be able to treat them, you have to learn Hungarian. There are language classes as part of the curriculum. So for the first 2 years, you have mandatory Hungarian language classes that are specifically tailored to prepare you for your clinical years. So the university will help you learn the basics of Hungarian. So there is no need to worry about that. And the other question was about the numbers of graduation. Give me just a second, please. Mate, do you have these numbers maybe? Because like I said, I'm from the admissions office, so I mainly deal with incoming students and not outgoing students.
I'm trying to search for it. I have it somewhere, but it might take a while.
So we can return to this question in a few minutes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Another question is about when does the exam take place? So you mentioned in the presentation, but maybe we can just say about deadlines.
Yes, so the deadline for sending in applications is the end of this month, so June 30. This is the deadline for sending in documents. There will be exams after this date until June 14. Right now, we have exams every Wednesday. These are exams organized by the medical school. And like I mentioned before, they are all online. And usually we try to schedule them in a way that the written exam is at 9 a.m. according to the time of the applicant. So even if you are on the other side of the world, the exam will be 9 a.m. for you. Even if it's, I don't know, 3 a.m. in Hungary. So we try to make the times work for you, not for us. And then the oral exam is usually on the same day, but in the afternoon. So right now, every Wednesday, this means that we will have an exam tomorrow, but it's a bit too late to apply for that. But we will also have one next Wednesday and then every Wednesday until July 14.
Perfect. I don't know if Mate had the...
I found the data about it. It's about, first of all, it's about 1,500 students who has already graduated in the English program. So this is for the English program who graduated, and we also have the German program and others, and the pharmacy. I don't consider that. And well, about how many have found job, I do not have the data because it's the alumni office job to have those. But as far as we know, as I said, Federica said, I'm from the marketing office, and we spoke with the alumni office. Almost everyone, I think not almost everyone, has found a place to work. So it's not a problem to find your place. So I can only find data about how many graduate already, and I can tell that now about 4,000 students are here, so studying. So that, I think that's one thing to mention. It's also important. I wanted to add it to that.
Thank you, Mate. You mentioned before about requirements, but someone is asking about age requirements. So how old are the students? And I also wanted to ask, because sometimes there are some students might take a gap year, let's say between high school and then rolling into a course. Is this an issue? Is this a problem?
Not at all. So most of the students are between 18 and 20. So either straight out of high school or, like you said, they take a gap year and come after that. That's not an issue. You can even come if you are only 17, if you have your high school diploma already. The only thing to note is that as you are 17, that is still a minor in Hungary. So for certain things like opening a Hungarian bank account, you would need someone who is an adult to go with you, but we can help with that. So it's not a problem.
Perfect. I also saw a message into the chat from Mark. He's asking if we can touch base a little bit on postgraduate program. I guess for someone who has a master's degree and is thinking maybe to go into PhD, or I'm not sure if he's talking about masters, but anyway, postgraduate offering.
Yes, we do have PhD courses available, and the programs are theoretical medical sciences, clinical medical sciences, clinical neurosciences, interdisciplinary medical sciences, and pharmacological and pharmaceutical sciences. So these are the doctoral programs we have for medical graduates, and these are available in English as well.
Thank you. So there is a question which I'm just going to change slightly just to make it a bit more general. So they're asking, I guess someone from Italy is asking if this course is anything different from the medicine course offered in Italy. He offers any sort of different opportunities. Maybe we can talk about which are the perks of studying medicine at the University of Pécs.
I think that the curriculum of medical schools is mostly similar across the world because medical science is the same everywhere, mostly the same everywhere. One of the perks of studying at Pécs is maybe on the 4th floor of the main building, which is our MediSkills lab. It is a simulation lab where we have all of these medical dummies, not just the dummy you might be used to, the PCR dummy, but we have all sorts of very, very modern dummies. For example, there is one that lets you try ultrasounds, and there is a software with it that can simulate a lot of diseases. So you can practice on a dummy before you move on to your clinical year and start to practice on real patients. And this lab also offers a lot of courses in general first aid, and then you can learn how to draw blood on these fake arms. So you gain some more confidence in your own skill before you are meeting the real patients in your clinical rotation. So I think that would be one of the main perks, that we have this very modern lab that we are also hoping to expand even further in the near future. And also, and this is my personal opinion, that Pécs is a lovely city, and it's just the right size. So it's not too big that it's overcrowded and there's just too much happening, but it is big enough to be exciting for a student. So I think those would be the two things I'd like to mention. And we have a new building. So over the past 2 years, behind our current main building, there was a construction site where we now have a shiny new building all ready for students. And it will be a theoretical building with a lot of classrooms and exam halls with very high-tech technologies installed to help students learn easier. So we also have that, and we are constantly expanding the campus, and the leadership is very keen on making sure that we have the latest technologies available to help students.
Perfect, thank you. We touched a little bit on this about, of course, living in Pécs or in Hungary as a student. So they're asking us in particular if the university offers accommodation and how's life in Hungary for a student?
Okay, there are some dormitory spaces, but most international students end up living in apartments that they rent. We have an in-house company called Student Housing, who provide a free service to students to help them find apartments in Pécs. There are always apartments available, and the prices can vary based on location. So obviously the places that are closer to the campus will be more expensive than the ones that are a bit further away. But Pécs has very, very good public transport that is very affordable if you buy the monthly pass. I think it's about 10 euros for a month for a student, and that lets you use all of the public transport in the city. And with that, you can get everywhere. You can get from campus to the biggest cinema in 10 minutes with a bus. So I think that's pretty good. And as for student life, I think everything's covered. So we have, I think, all of the bigger European grocery chains and restaurant chains available in Pécs, even within walking distance to campus. So that means that even if you have some sort of dietary restriction, you will be able to find food that suits you. And as far as free time goes, there are a lot of gyms. Even on campus, you can have some gym classes. And for leisure time, there's always something going on. Pécs is known for having some big parties on the main square. We have festivals, we have wine days, we have university days that unfortunately had to be cancelled last year. And we also have the biggest medical school event, that is the International Evening, which is usually in March, which obviously means that it was again cancelled this year and last year. We are hoping that next year we can organize it again. This is an opportunity for all students to introduce their home countries, the cuisine and culture of their home countries. So first there's a bit of a show that students put on, and then there's a party. So even if you don't want to, maybe you're not that much of a party goer, we have a big theater, a concert hall where you can go to classical concert or maybe even rock concerts. And there's a huge library if you prefer to study there. So I think everything is covered in Pécs that a student would want.
Thank you. And I also wanted to remark on the size, like I think, being enrolled into a class where you're actually not just a number makes a lot of difference, when you're going to spend 5 years studying for a course. There is another question. So before, Edith, you were mentioning about an interview. So you pass an exam and then there is an interview part. Any sort of tips that you can share with our audience today to prepare the best for this interview?
So if you are confident in your knowledge of biology and chemistry, so for example, you took the written exam and felt like it was easy, then you'll do well. Make sure that you are in an environment where you will have the calm around you. So maybe if you have little siblings or pets who will make noise, try to have them away, because you will want to focus on your interview. We have a list of topics on our website if you want to read through them and prepare. But basically, just take a deep breath. Our professors do not bite. So just think about your motivation beforehand, because they will ask. Think about your hobbies, because they will ask. So just try to relax. And even if you need to take a few minutes to think about a question, you can do that. Our professors are there to gain some view of your knowledge, so they can even ask you some questions to help you out. Basically, think about it as a school exam. It's not that different from a school exam. If you have studied, then it will be easy for you. Just make sure that you do not stress too much. I know that is easy to say on my end, but if you just think about what you might say to the motivation questions, then even having a chat at the beginning about these topics with the professor will help you feel more relaxed, and then it will be easier to think about the biology and chemistry questions. So I know it is easy to say because I'm not taking this exam, you are taking this exam, but try to relax a bit, because I know that stress can bring out the bad parts sometimes. So maybe you will stress and you will forget things that you know. So my advice would be that.
Thank you, Edith. Job experiences. So is it required? Is it better to have job experience, in particularly asking for the pharmacy program?
No, it is not required. So if you have it, that's good, but it is not required for admission. And the aim of the courses, all of them, is to provide you with the necessary knowledge so that you can find a job after you graduate. So the clinical practices, all of the labs, all of these aim to give you that knowledge. So it doesn't matter if you do not have any experience beforehand.
Perfect. So back to the pharmacy. So Ariel is asking us if we know if pharmacy graduates are also sought after in research facilities. So if they actually find job in research, if so, if you can name some, or if you have any sort of history, or maybe some alumni in mind, they ended up working for research facilities.
I do not have a lot of data about that, because again, that would be the area of the alumni office. But like I mentioned before, we do have the PhD programs, and one of them is specifically in the field of pharmacy. So if you would like to pursue research, you can stay in Pécs and apply to the pharmacy PhD here. And that would mean that you can, even during your PhD studies, you can get to participate in research.
Another question is about medical specialties that are most in demand. So once you graduate, if, you know, for example, if there is any specialization that will be in high demand for doctors.
I think whatever you like will be the best choice for you. I don't think that going into heart surgery because you think heart surgery is in demand is the best option. If maybe you are better at, let's say, gynecology. So you have to do what you're good at. And I think doctors will be always sought after, regardless of which field you're working in. There is a very famous heart surgery clinic in Pécs, right next to the university. And also our traumatology department is working with the highest technologies available. So if you are unsure about the special field you want to pick, my advice would be to pay a lot of attention during your rotational year to all of the clinical practices so that you will get an idea of what you like. And also talk to your professors. Maybe they can give you some advice on what they think would be suitable for you. Because like I said, all sorts of doctors will be always sought after. If you want to work with children, you can go to pediatrics. If you prefer to work with dead people, you can go into pathology. So it really depends on you. And like I said, just pay a good attention during your studies, because that is when you will see what you like within the field of medicine.
Thank you. We already talked about this, but I'm not sure, maybe Floria joined a little bit later, and I think probably would be useful to just remind this. So they asked if it's possible to study medicine at any age at Pécs, or if you have a sort of age limit for medical schools.
No, we do not have an age limit. The lower age limit is kind of unofficial because you need to have a high school diploma. So if you have a high school diploma at 17, you can apply, and there is no upper age limit. So we have students who are in their 40s. So if you are older, you can still apply. So the same conditions apply to everyone. The only real requirement is the equivalent of a high school diploma.
Perfect. Double degree. They're asking us if there is any opportunity to obtain double degree. And I'm actually also asking if there is an option, let's say, to spend a semester abroad within the University of Pécs.
As far as I know, right now there is no double degree available, but the University of Pécs and the medical school are part of the Erasmus program, which means that yes, you can spend a semester abroad. I don't think I can list the countries we are partnered with right now, but I know that we have partnerships in most European countries. So with the Erasmus and the Erasmus Plus scholarship programs, you can spend either 3 months, 6 months, or an entire academic year abroad at a different university as an exchange student.
Perfect. That sounds great. Floria just thanks for the answer, which is great. So I wanted to ask Edith and of course Mate, we're coming towards the end of our presentation, and I really like to thank all of you for staying connected with us and for your questions, which were a lot, and we did actually our best. You did great answering them all. I wanted to ask Edith if there was anything that she wanted to add, but before doing this, we just received a question from Floria asking what about international program. I'm not sure what Floria means, if it's just how international is the program or any other elements. Maybe we can just wait on this explanation, but just to clarify, so the program is entirely, oh, okay, are you able to go to another country? So I believe, as Edith said, there is this Erasmus opportunity, so in case you enroll, there will be an opportunity within the Erasmus program to spend, I guess, a semester in another country, correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
The
Thank
Erasmus
you.
scholarship is available to our international students.
Perfect.
So what I would like to say is repeat the dates, the deadlines. So applications are open until the end of this month, 30th of June. And we have exams every Wednesday until the middle of July. The last exam, as far as I know, will be on July 14. And about the exam, one important thing is that if you sign up for the exam, make sure that the day before your exam, check your emails. You should have 2. One will be the invitation to the written exam, which takes place on a university platform. So this email will just be about, hello, you are registered for this exam. It will take place this day at this time. Here's your link. This is very important to have because otherwise you will not be able to take your written exam. So if you have the link, it will only go live at the time of your exam. So for example, let's say you're taking the exam tomorrow. We have sent out the links yesterday. So if you emailed us today saying that you don't have the link yet, we can send it again to you. So make sure you have this link before the exam. And the other email will be your invitation to your oral exam. It will tell you which platform it will be in, Skype or Zoom. If it's on Skype, it will give you a Skype ID, and you need to message that Skype ID saying, hi, I will be taking the exam on this and this date, and then our professor will call you at your exam time. So there's sometimes a bit of confusion about this because we send 2 emails. So I'm just saying this to help clear this up. And sometimes, unfortunately, the invitation to the written exam goes to the spam folder. So make sure to check that, because unfortunately, we noticed that there are some email providers that like to flag our emails as spam. So you can make sure to check that before your exam. And I think those are the important details. So applications are still open. We still have spaces available in all of the programs. So if you were unsure because you were worried that there are no more places available, we still have them. There's still time.
Perfect. There is time for one final question from Nina, who's asking, what is important to be accepted on your faculty? Is it the grade? So maybe, you know, ending high school with a high grade, does it play a role, or any other elements that you think play a big role into being admitted?
No, we do not look at high school grades at all. The only reason we need the high school diploma is because it is required by national law. So the only thing that matters is the result of your entrance exam. So even if maybe you had not the best grade in biology in high school, but you studied after that, and now you take the exam and you're really good, you can be admitted. And even if you fail the first time, you have 2 more chances to repeat your entrance exam. So don't worry if you fail the first time, you can sign up for the next one and try again a couple of weeks later maybe, because then you will know what the exam looks like and what you need to prepare some more. So don't worry about your high school grades, just study. And if you pass the entrance exam, then that's great, congratulations.
Thank you. I really like to thank Edith and Mate for their time, and all of you for being connected and for all of your questions. We will be sending you after this event an email. This email will contain some useful information about the University of Pécs, and will also contain an email address that you can contact in case you have any further question. And I can actually see that Mate has just posted some useful link, which I'm just going to copy into our chat, so you can have a look. It will be about admission, scholarship, tuition fee, application step by step, so everything that we actually covered together tonight. And in our follow-up email, there will be an email address that you can get in contact. It is very hard to try to summarize everything in a webinar, but any further question can be taken after this event. We will be sharing with you a link. So really wanted to thank Edith and Mate. It's been great to hear everything about this amazing university and this great opportunity. All of you for staying connected, which I really hope that you will get to meet Mate and Edith in person and enjoy studying in Hungary. So thank you so much one more time, and look forward to seeing you soon at the next webinar, and have a great rest of your day then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.